YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I am here for you today and discussing more on observation and what are those stages that we can observe and going through. And my name is Simone Claridge. I am your natural and consciousness healing expert. And let's look for it today, how we can, get more information that will help us in our practice and our understanding, how we can become ourselves more and more. I do think that is the question that everyone on the planet will have to answer for themselves in order to become a full potential of themselves. Well, we're all caught up in many other ways, and so often you may have found yourself to realize whatever you're doing is not doing too good for you, and then you're wondering, my God, I'm pulled in this direction, I'm pulled in this direction, I'm gone in this direction. I really don't know who I am, and I don't know what I can do. And what's my purpose? All these questions are of absolute importance for everyone, and we all came to the point sooner or later, right, to ask that question. So we do need to understand that in order to do and to really be ourselves, we probably need to have some phases where we understand and have more theoretical understanding about what it is that we are looking for, which is obviously for thousands of years and quest that has been asked for. So we want to have more theoretical understanding so that we are feeling guided and directed in the upright way. I know that probably you or whoever is here on the talk and will listen to the recordings as well has already experienced that they tried to figure it out, and well, to some degree they might have been successful, and to some degree they have been following other people's ideas, and it didn't make them feel safe. And well, for sure, we will need to have some theoretical understanding in order to move on understanding who we are. Well, this is what I'm doing also in the program. So we are talking about some very foundational, basic information. They need to be there in order that we know we can do it. We know we will find out who we are and then apply it. So that's, of course, you will need to practice. There's no way around to practice. Well, maybe we say it a little bit easier. We will need to live it, which is practicing it. And usually it starts when we are becoming more aware of the observer inside of who you are. It's usually there's more visualization coming in for you, so you're observing more of that, and then it usually changes then into an observative state in general. So I know that when you just go away from your sensory organs to observe the world as we have been trained with your sensory organs only, then usually you will have more visualization or images coming in. And briefly said, that will over time and periods when you stay in your state and practice deeper and deeper, going into deeper levels, you will find yourself to become more observative. So the imagination is an important part probably, but it will also transform itself. And then I found in my own practice of absolute importance that we are making actually a plan. After you understood the theories to a really good degree, it's just a theory, you know. It's just like you are having a walking stick with you, you know, a cane. It helps you, and it's absolutely necessary, but you need to also practice, and that needs a plan. And with a good plan, you will find that you are having probably to implement more of your self-discipline. For that, that's good, right? So to say, well, I notice that this practice is getting me to some point of my understanding who I am. So therefore, I will put some effort in order to practice that. So you're making up your plan. And once you have really got into the state of observing yourself, and then you will be able to apply that in anything you do. And that will be the state where I'm working with more and more with everyone else. Of course, not everyone is starting out with, I mean, everyone is on a different place in their past, so to speak. But they sparked an interest that they listen to what I'm saying here right now. And therefore, we are needing all these 4 points or steps to harmonize everyone on the same level. So that that state, that observative state, as you hear, it's a state, right, can then be applied, that you can observe then the world, you can observe inside of you, you can observe many other things then with that state. And when you stay in that state, as long as you can stay, that has the power to transform anything that you're looking for. So we are looking for that beginning state where we are looking at our physical body, observing our physical body. Then you become aware of that you, well, also have an chi body. And then you can observe your thinking body. You can observe the universal chi. You can observe many stages that are existing with that state. And you will become more alert to that the observer itself is that what is of importance. So you become aware of who is actually observing, and who is the observer is the first question, and then who observes the observer, right? So would be then the next question. That's a lifelong question. So, but once you have that ability to discern that, to know that in yourself, you can explore and dive deep into all the layers of your life. And here's a good point why we are looking forward to that and want to create a plan and want to practice, because that's the state that has the power to transform all other layers that are an expression of your state. So if you are starting out with, I'm interested in health, that's totally cool. That's a starting point, right? So you're at this point trying to be very, how you say, making your body more healthy. So I also want to say there are stages of observation. So the most people will start probably out more being observative about the materialistic world, to see what's happening outside of them, using all the senses and the sensory organs in general to experience themselves. And here's the point. You all have experienced, when we do so, then we are starting often to fight, to be not happy about our own life, start to suffer from what we don't have that appears in the external world, and we want to have it. So we start to be observant to that we are attached to certain things, and we occupy a certain space, so to say, and that keeps us busy. And well, you also may understand that even if you don't have that level of, this would be one of the starting points for many people, if you don't have that, you become more aware that even you can get attached to people or to others, and that may occupy yourself. You may be attached to the affection that is there, or you might be looking for the love of others, and or the suffering. All of that will still keep you in a state of suffering. So then the other state would be, as we already started to talk about, the healthy state, right? So when you're more fixated on your body, on that your body is very healthy, and you do everything that the body will need, and make right that's beautiful, and the shape is nice, and the face is good, and that's another observative state that you probably can experience then through the observation. And well, this is all good. There's nothing wrong with that. Yet, the more we start to observe and going now more deeply inside, you will start to realize your whole body seems to be solid, but when you really go inside and observe it, you will be able to recognize and witness for yourself that you can go through things. So therefore, if you can go through things, it's not solid, right? So then you start to become more alert to our so-called chi body. And that's more the state where it starts to nourish your body, your life activity, because you can now also observe the empty states within, right? And that is more where you get stronger. So if you stay fixated on wanting to make the physical body healthy, you are more limited. When you start to go more inside and start to ignite the observation from the inside, you start to observe the truths that you're not solid inside. And that will start to free up and start to move. And that is actually nourishing already. So in the next level of observation, we are starting to observe thoughts. Right? So you will be able to see you have an ego that is protecting yourself. So I'm not judging the ego. There was always a reason why egos have been created. So it's a state where that is supporting you to a different degree. But you kept it, and it is not more helping you to the degree that it was helping in the very first place. You will find ideas about yourself that when you watch it and observe yourself, you have ideas of what you are. So, but there also, again, there are ideas, there are thoughts. Yeah, that's not who you are, and not fully. That's part of it. It belongs to you. But it doesn't make you powerful to make changes there. They are effective for long term and effective to the rest of it. Even though you may have already good experiences. So when we tap into more the chi body and observing more the chi body and observe more the thoughts and behaviors we have, you are more capable of finding the blocks in your body and the attachments, and then you become more powerful because now you understand that better. Well, the next level would be then that you find the very foundation that brings all these thoughts of where we created egos or protection or self ideas about ourselves. You find that's the very basic one. So it's more the framework that we have been introduced to through our upbringing, through our nature, as this body, as we know, is born because nature gave us the body, so it's a natural product, right? So we will find that, and we find then the patterns that keep us really fixated. Like, I'm not good enough could be one of those, just an example. So we will find those basic programs, and then we have a chance actually to reverse or build new programs. That's where the juicy stuff starts, right? Because you're starting to consciously create a new life when you know those are the things that are really not good for me in my life. And well, these are the things that can be changed because I can. Because I have consciousness and I have my physical body and moving, I can activate the chi as an example, right? So I can make it move, well, internally, right? So, well, the whole, I mean, this is what I'm seeing with all the practices we are doing. I mean, I'm very physical active. I love that as well. So I went through this whole path myself to realize that all of that is getting us to the better and healthier state. But there's a state that has been not discovered so much or is not trained so much when the observer starts to observe itself. So we are actually calling that, when we are waking up to that, I am talking to you right now, observing myself doing so. When we wake up to that, then you bring that into everyday's life activity, anything you do. That has the power that, because it's so pure and even, it can go through anything. And therefore, because you can go beyond your limitations also, so you can observe your limitations, but you're observing your limitations, therefore you can also go through your limitation. At that level, we are starting to make real changes. And at the end, it's all coming to the point that you just be it. You just live it. You just be fully present who you are at this moment. And there is no concepts to it. There are no words to it. It's a state. It's maybe you have to listen to the ancient tradition, the Chinese tradition, or the any ancient tradition. They have their words for that. Any religion brings that concept with them, and you can use any of your concepts. So you're not depending on the theory that I will work with, but you need to learn probably first that that theory needs to be really straightforward for you, so you can anchor yourself, you understand the theories enough So you can rest and relax, and then practice, set a plan for yourself, and then go for the application in daily life. So Buddha nature is probably something that the most of you have heard, because we are more in the Qigong here. So that is the state that everyone in this lifetime has the ability, with what you have right now, to create. So my program definitely is directing everyone into this direction, allowing everyone to be themselves in this process, and explore and have a plan and have a community that supports that path. And well, I mean, pulling away from being completely fixated on our external world, bring that in, right? And then see where it ends up to, right? So there's always a good reason why things in the external appear as a 3D mirror reflection that's interacting with you. So you have anything that surrounds you as your helper, anything as your helper that is guiding you what is happening in your life, and giving you hints and pointers to who you are. So that's, I think, the most important part for everyone to come to that in this life they have, because it's so precious and so valuable. We have the ability to consciously choose, but we need to get back to that first, that we can consciously choose and not be attached and fixated on our framing, on our attachments, being how you say, bound to, and don't see how we can use willpower in the right way. All right, so I hope that was inspiring for you. So we will start a new program soon. I keep you updated, and we'll let you know how to, if you are interested on it, how you can sign up for that. So right now we're in the middle of it already. It's moving very well. So I'm really, really happy and blessed with the people. They are getting very good results already. So I'm encouraging you as well to show up for the next one. All right, see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.